Hi everyone and welcome to my Java interview preparation series. And the question of this video is, what does variable initialization mean in Java? A variable in Java is a container that stores some value. In this way, you can declare a variable in Java by writing the data type name and the valid identifier for a variable. In this case, it's some class. In this case, it's an integer variable I. So once you declared this variable, it doesn't have a value, so no value is allocated. And in order to allocate some value for this variable, we need to initialize it. And initialization, it's simply allocating a value and assigning it to this value so that you can use it later on in your code. Here are some example of declaration and initialization of the variable. So in this case, some class variable of type some class is initialized by creating a new instance of the class. So somewhere in the memory, the instance of this class will be created, and this variable will contain the value, and the value will be the reference to this instance in the memory. And in this case, we use the integer literal to assign 100 value to this variable I. And we can also declare the variable first and assign it a value later on. Same I do with, for example, the I variable. And what about the usage of initialized variables? So, for example, if you have uninitialized variables, you just declare them, you can compile this code, no problem will happen. But once you try to use uninitialized variables in your code, the Java compiler will complain and this code simply won't be compiled. So in this case, I'm trying to use the variable some class. I try to print its value, but its value hasn't been allocated yet. So um, and in the code, and it means I cannot use it and I cannot compile this code. And same happens, for example, if I try to modify the value of the variable I, it hasn't been initialized in the code, and I cannot compile. What would I compile? Because there is no value. And the same if I try, for example, to call an instance method. I cannot do this because there is no instance. There is nothing, and that's why this code won't compile. So this was about initialization of a variable in Java. I hope you liked the video. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel for updates. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.